third ever classic here in the great state of Texas, the Lone Star State. First time in the DFW area in Fort Worth. What a great host for the weigh-ins and the expo, host venue overall, and then Ray Roberts. What an interesting lake, time of year. First time we've ever had a classic in the month of June, and then also high water in Texas. Really low temperatures until tournament days. Such, Ronnie Moore here with Mike Sukan here in the Bassmaster studio, sponsored by Marathon, and the 51st Classic. It did not disappoint for drama all week.
Boy, Lake, Ray Roberts, our first time ever for B.A.S.S, Ronnie, and it threw some curveballs in there. We had odd practice with some rain and cloud cover, then it got warm and sunny, the water rose. The anglers really had to do their adjustments and figure things out. And then during the tournament, big storm knocked off 2 hours of day two. Another big curveball.
Another big curveball. That is our 2021 season for the Elite Series. Curveballs every event. These anglers are the best in the world, and they've handled it well. We saw Todd AUTEN start out early this morning with a walking topwater bait, something we haven't seen any of our guys on camera use, and he caught two good ones very fast. And I said, this could be something that really helps Todd AUTEN rise up. But hey, once you discover a pattern, it went away just as quick this week.
Yeah, he was coming off a second place finish in last year's Classic, Ronnie. Biggest check he's ever gotten.
AUTEN has really come on strong in the biggest event in the sport the last 2 seasons. We just classify him as a chatterbait fisherman. He would agree, but flipping and topwater this week have been key for Todd AUTEN. But that tossed fish, that is the story of the event. Not the ones that got in the boat, but the ones that got away.
Well, the ones that got in, but also the other big ones that did get away, Ronnie. It was
exactly
heartbreaking for several.
Our day one leader and really a fan favorite and a big pick for Rapala Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing, Steve Kennedy.
He starts with 23 pounds on day one, Ronnie.
Trying to right the wrong from a few years ago, 2017, finishing second. But heartbreak losses for Kennedy. Lost an 8-pounder at the end of day 2. Crushed his chances of leading the event going into the final day.
Well, it came in with 4 fish, 9-11.
And losing a 4+ pounder.
His momentum kind of ended right there, Ronnie.
Man.
The championship Sunday, it was difficult. It was trying. It was hard to watch.
To put it plainly, as soon as those storms ran in, Kennedy's chances of winning probably left based on what changes happened. Scott Canterbury didn't do great in his first Bassmaster Classic last year in his home state, Alabama, but really has turned it around and did fantastic this week. Never got a big bite though, Such. Had all solid fish, never had that kicker he needed to make a big difference. And it's right up his alley, flipping every single bush he could find.
A couple of 14-pound bags kept him in contention, fishing on the final day.
Our 2019 Angler of the Year, followed up right here with the 2019 Rookie of the Year, Drew Cook. This is right up his alley as well. Power fishing, flipping heavy cover. This is what he grew up doing.
Great first day in the Classic, a little slower on day 2, Ronnie.
But didn't really drop positions. That's what's crazy about how Ray Roberts was so tough yesterday.
Well, our limits knocked down from day 1 to 2 significantly. And so did the total weights and the 20-pound bags. We didn't have any on day 2. We had 3 on day 1.
But man, the quality was there for some anglers, and Chris Jones was one that's really been in it to win it since the start. The Oklahoma angler making his second Classic via the Bassmaster Opens. You have to win an Open to make the Classic. That means you beat 200 of the best locals, pros, traveling anglers. That's such a star-studded field just to make the Classic.
I think his second time here, he felt way more comfortable. He showed out a lot better too. He was at ease. Spoke with him several times during the event. He brought a lot of family down. He had like 100 fans come down from Oklahoma to watch him get a top 10.
And not only is he probably more confident because it's his second Classic, he is probably more skilled because his first Classic was about 7 years ago. A lot of growth as an angler since then.
He just missed the cut that year, 2014, after winning in 2013.
Then we take it over to our Bass Nation, one of our 3 Bass Nation representatives, Justin Kerr from the West Coast. If you live anywhere in the Pacific Standard Time Zone, you know the name Justin Kerr.
Justin Kerr. Boy,
U.S.
he was
Open
impressive.
winner, California Open winner. He has won so much money on the West Coast. I guess the anglers are probably pleased he left to come fish the Classic this week so they could fish a local tournament in peace.
Yeah. One place higher with him out of the picture. Had a okay first day of 13 pounds, but day 2, Ronnie. 1912, the big bag, 2 7-pounders. He made some noise on Bass Track early.
And he only had 4 fish
Oh.
for 19 pounds. That is incredible, 2 7-pounders. And he really was rock solid on the final day, just no kicker bites. Now the story of the morning, Suits. We saw it go down on Bassmaster.com. We saw it go down on Fox Sports 1. Matt AREY coming from 5th place, about 6 3/4 pounds behind Hank Cherry. And he eliminated that pretty quickly, but man, did he leave some meat out in Lake Ray Roberts.
Yeah, I now see led the Classic from about 9:30 to 10:30 for an hour till Hank Cherry caught his big one. I believe in this one, the big bass, right? He's going to remember that one for some time.
We have seen anglers struggle with hookup and landing percentages for fish flipping in the bushes, but man, his top water hookup and landing percentage today was not spectacular, and he would say that as well. About 50% of the bites that mattered got in the boat, and that is not going to help you win the Bassmaster Classic.
And Ronnie had one of the bigger bags of the day, and he had to come back from almost 7-pound deficit.
To this man right here, Hank Cherry, our reigning Classic champion, has done it in such a crazy time period. March of last year, he took the title. He's held his 1-year Classic reign. Has overlapped a little bit. It's about 1.25 years of him being the Classic champion.
1 year, 3 months, and 5 days to be exact from the final day to the final day today, Ronnie.
And he is trying to be the 4th angler to ever go back-to-back, the 7th angler to ever win more than 1 Classic. And he has fished flawless all week. No lost fish that mattered. He's left nothing out on the plate. This was the only fish on the final day that really hurt him. You could feel the wind come out of his sails losing that. He turned around, caught a quick fish, caught a 4+ pounder, and really put the wheels back on the road.
This was key, being able to get a fish like this out of the bushes when it was so trying. Z called it before the tournament. We're going to see a lot of struggles, a lot of great successes coming out of bushes, but then some troubles and missed fish.
For Hank Cherry, he got the confidence he could win last year. He knew he could perform at this level. He's almost won a Classic prior to last year's victory. He's going to try to be a back-to-back champion. We can watch it all go down. Whether you're watching online, it's 5 p.m. Eastern time, Bassmaster.com. That's when you want to be glued in for the final weigh-in. If you're here, make sure you get over to Dickey's Arena and check out the final weigh-in. We will crown a Bassmaster Classic champion for the 51st Academy Sports and Outdoors Bassmaster Classic.